Starting with a Kent Fuller chassis that consists of two huge round frame rails, the four-engine monster began to take shape. Sticking with the tried and true injected Buick nail heads, the two right side engines are connected crankshaft to crankshaft, angled at 27 degrees for clearance, and then run through a clutch to a quick change rear end that shares space with the driver's seat, and then finally putting power to the two rear wheels. The two left-hand side engines are also connected crankshaft to crankshaft and then put in the car facing the opposite direction. And then they were run through a clutch to a front axle with a reversed ring gear to power the two front wheels. And we're going to talk more about that setup in a minute. Now this is an example of a stock Buick nailhead, and it's pretty obvious that Tommy faced some serious problems putting four of these things together and making them work. The first being the oil filters. You notice they're vertical. Well, they solved that problem by building a special bracket to where the filters run parallel to the frame rails. The other issue was the starters. Remember, you have two engines going one direction and two going the other, and they're angled at 27 degrees, which puts all four starters right here in the middle. And as you can see, there is no room for starters. So they solved that by doing away with the starters completely and using the starter flanges as upper motor mounts. So the starters were removed and the starter mounting flanges were utilized for internal motor mounts to bolt the motors together side to side. Now this triangulated the motors to the frame rails and gave the car not only the strength it needed, but also the torsional flexibility to support all that weight and torque without twisting or flexing. It was a really ingenious design, even by today's standards. Now, I know you're probably thinking, so how do they start something like this with no starters? Well, this is a push start rig. In other words, you push it with another vehicle, and then you pop the clutch and hope to heck you got it pointed in the right direction.